Hey guys, and welcome back for another video. Today we're going to be playing in this gorgeous ash blonde lace wig. She came courtesy of Yoowigs, and we're going to be slaying her from start to finish. So for starters, this is the box or packaging that the wig came in. Absolutely gorgeous. I have reviewed for this company a few times, and so I'll have all those videos linked down below. They included an elastic band, which is an optional choice, and I'm kind of just showing you the difference between the ash blonde, which is in my hand from Yoowig, and this other blonde that came from another company, which is a little bit more yellow. Ash definitely is one of my favorite tones to do when it comes to color, especially blonde, and this is what she looks like on. I did go ahead and press out the root with my electric hot comb off camera just because I can get a better visual if everything is nice and sleek and I don't make any mistakes as far as cutting off the lace, tweezing, or anything like that. Because this is blonde, I find that I don't ever need to really tweeze the hairline on most of my blonde lace wigs just because it's already super light and you can barely see it against my skin tone when it comes to the blonde colored hair. So tweezing out the hairline will just make it look a little bit more bald. As you guys can see, the cap is also very visible when it comes to blonde wigs, and it kind of makes it look like, you know, boxy or a helmet. So at this point, I'm going in and customizing the hairline, making sure that the lace flush around my ears and all of that. I'm also going to cut out some of that boxiness in just a moment, but first I went ahead and added my lace tint. I just wanted it to be as close to my skin tone as possible. Always dry your lace tint on if you're using like a leg spray as I am, and as you guys can see, I was pretty mortified. I'm like, oh my god, I made it orange. And you guys know when you apply a color to blonde, you can't get it off without just going ahead and washing it. As I said before, I wanted to customize the hairline to mimic my hairline a little bit more. So before applying my adhesive, I definitely did cut off a little bit more of that lace. I bonded it down with one of my favorite adhesives, and everything I used is linked in the description box. And then I'm going to just go ahead and let that lay down for a little bit with a scarf. Feel free to also use your styling strips. I only left it on for about 5 to 10 minutes because again, I just wanted that adhesive to dry and the lace to kind of melt and all that greatness. And you guys can see we're making progress. It's not perfect, but we're making progress. So I opted for a little bit of baby hair, a little bit on each side, kind of near like the arch of my eyebrow or my temples, and that's kind of been my favorite way to do my baby hair as of late. And I kind of just paired that with my Nairobi foam lotion, and I kind of use this as a edge control. I find that using a foam lotion instead of an edge control definitely helps you to get more control of your baby hair. It makes it look a little bit more nice and laid, but also very natural, so it's not like glue or gel, you know, that glue or gel appearance that you sometimes get with edge controls. Using a flat iron to just make sure everything lays flat, and then I'm going to take that same flat iron and do some curls on each side. I probably did maybe 3 to 6 curls on each side, all different sizes. Really didn't part or section it out, didn't add any product. I kind of just wanted to revamp what was there and make it more defined, a little bit more sexy, a little bit more flirty, and it definitely was super easy to curl. As you guys can see, I'm not even holding the hair on the flat iron. I kind of just twist it, flick that wrist, slide it down the barrel, and then let it go. And that worked out awesome. I did add a little bit of a holding spray at the very end, and then I believe my last step is just to go ahead and add a contour powder. Now I went with a contour powder that was the darkest shade in this palette that I used, and it is a little bit darker than my complexion. Normally I would mix it with another color in the palette for my perfect color, but because it already messed up and made this orange, I kind of tried to cover up anywhere that was orange with it. So as you guys can see, I'm going ham with this powder and putting a lot more powder than I normally do. Off camera, I did go ahead and put my scarf back on and kind of let everything lay at the very end. You guys don't see that point, but it definitely did make a difference. But that orange is still seeping through, so I'm definitely going to go in and wash this and start over. And that's the beauty of lace wigs. You can kind of just play with them, just find your way. Sometimes it takes a few tries to get it right, but eventually you will get it right. Okay, so these are the final results. I just kind of added some quick curls to it. I did not curl every section. I just did like, you know, 6 sections on each side and just like literally grabbed uneven random pieces and just curled them away from my face on each side, and this was the results. Now this definitely is a gorgeous 10-inch ash blonde wig, and I wanted to make it look as natural as possible without doing too much. So I did go ahead and add my favorite leg spray, which also doubles as my lace tint. And a key thing that I forgot to pay attention to before I did this is that a lot of the times powders, you know, like lace tints and things like that that normally will work perfect with my natural color wigs definitely will show up orange on blonde. So that is exactly what happened. I used that, and I swear by that, it literally works with everything except for blonde. This was my first time trying that, and I knew I was risking it by doing it, but sometimes I just kind of feel like whenever I do a blonde wig that does not have a dark root and I try to just add powder to the root, it almost never really gives me a true growing out of the scalp appearance. It always has like an orange appearance. And so something new I tried, and of course it did not work out. It did give it a little bit of an orange, but I definitely tried to save it, and I think I did a decent job of saving it with my powder. I used the darkest powder in the Ruby Kisses palette that I've been using lately, and that definitely helped to cancel it out, especially around the hairline. You can kind of see some of that orange peeking through, so I'm definitely just going to go ahead and wash, deep condition the wig and start over. I might even go in with this Wella, I don't think it's a tone, I think it's a dye, but there's a dye that I bought from Wella, or it's a semi-permanent, not sure really what it is, but I've used it once before, and I just kind of go in and do the roots really lightly with it, and it doesn't really make the roots into a dark root. It just kind of makes it more brown to blend in with my skin. So let me know if you guys want to see a video on how I do that, because that's definitely what I should have done this time around. As far as the rest of the hair goes, again, it's an ash blonde. I don't remember the last time I did an ash blonde bob, but this one is definitely super gorgeous. It's very light, so it may not be for everybody, but as I always say on my channel, I do review a lot of different wigs, so I think it's fun to be able to play up different looks and just try them out for fun. You know, if you don't like it, that's fine. There's definitely different things I can do with this. For example, I can go in with a few different toners that I can think of that would make the ash blonde a little bit more me. And I can also do watercolor with this one and paint it or dye it different cute colors. So I can do like a neon, a pastel, or something like a red. Let me know what color you think this bob would look good as. As far as the actual bob or wig itself, it definitely was easy to install, easy to maintain. Normally with blonde hair, I get a little bit more shedding than I do with darker wigs, and with this one I definitely didn't notice any excessive shedding from start to finish. Also no tangling at all. Normally bobs don't tangle as much as longer hair for me, especially initially. And then as far as the curls go, you guys seen on camera that it curls super easy. I literally did not have to hold the flat iron on the hair at all. I literally was just able to slide it through and it held a curl, which was a plus for me. Again, this one did come from Yoowigs, and as I've said before, I've worked with this company before, and I really like their wigs. I have a few of the reviews that I've done for this company linked in the description bar. One cool thing is they also did send me a free gift. Now I opted to use this originally, and this is a really cool triple barrel flat iron, aka a hair crimper, which you guys know. As far as everything Tay says, it is crimp season, so we definitely want our crimpers on deck, and they came through from me. Now this isn't a brand I'm familiar with, and I do have a crimper that I love, but of course it doesn't hurt to have an extra one. I can put this in my travel bag so I don't have to take my one that I use all the time. But it does come with, it looks like an American Plug, so that's perfect. And it seems to be
pretty sturdy, so I'll definitely be getting a use out of this. But because this one is so short, I kind of just wanted to stick with the curls opposed to the crimps. Nonetheless, if it was like longer, about to break it. Nonetheless, if it was longer, I definitely would have done the crimps in it. But yeah, don't have any complaints about this one. So if you're interested in this look, all the details are listed in the description bar. I have the link to this bob as well as a few other hairstyles that I've done with this company, as well as a list of everything that I used in this video. So make sure you guys check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.